Mr. Boylan is not ordinary. He's extraordinary because he might not be always organized, but he helps us with stuff. He's creative. You should see his room. He has a whole bunch of pictures, and he always helps us when we can. So I don't think he deserves a second place. I think he deserves a first place ribbon.
Mr. Boylan is extraordinary. He's not like every other teacher. He always finds new ways to teach us to keep us engaged in what we're doing. Yes, he's also very encouraging. He always tells us we can do anything. Like when I wanted to change my reading goal, I kept telling myself I couldn't do it, and he told me I could, and now I'm 5 points over my goal. He also tells us to be ourselves and treat everyone the same, because if you were that person, you would want to be treated like everyone else.
I like Mr. Boylan's class because they're fun and he's a really cool guy.
Mr. Boylan doesn't do anything like any other teacher, so his class is unique and fun.
Mr. Boylan does his class different than everyone else, and everything doesn't have to be done exactly on time, but he does set due dates.
I like about Mr. Boylan that he gives us the freedom of choice and he encourages us no matter what we do.
I like Mr. Boylan's class because I actually learned something, and I feel like I've learned a lot this year.
I have taught at the MFL Marmac Community School District. I teach at the McGregor Center in McGregor, Iowa for 8 years now. I teach 8th grade language arts, 7th grade literature or reading, and I also teach 2 exploratory classes. One is an 8th grade environmental science class and a 7th grade futures class. Again, it's my 8th year of teaching. I did do other things before coming to a teaching career, so I'm a little bit older than most of my 8-year counterparts, I guess. Areas of interest, I guess, essentially my main area of interest is education reform. I think that that there are important things that need to change in order for students to become better critical thinkers and more powerful and progressive citizens, globally speaking. And as far as my family goes, I have 2 children, a 15-year-old daughter and a 13-year-old son, both who actually go to my school district as well, and I currently have my son in class. Technology-wise, I'm pretty comfortable with technology. I like to try new things, so I have no issue with that at all. And passions in learning and teaching. Currently, I teach language arts. I had a degree in English. I also happen to love science, though, too, and I love history. So I have a lot of interests. So reading is a huge thing to me as well. And I, again, have a wide variety of hobbies too, so I like to incorporate all of those. So I love learning, essentially, of any kind. So I'm excited about this, the new endeavor, for myself and for the students that I have and will have in the future. Hope to learn a great deal from this. So thus far, I think that the biggest things I've learned about education that it involves much more politics than I assumed when I started. And some of that's unfortunate, but I guess it is the world that we live in currently.